that women control the dating scene, and a lot of what they want to dictate is beyond the realm of even what they can achieve. That's a big problem because you can't tell a dude, "Well, date in your league." Well, we tell the dude, "Okay, you're like, I don't know, maybe an average looking dude, so you're like maybe 6 on the scale or something like that." Okay, whatever. But then you look at him like, "Well, how much money you make?" "Okay, you make average money." "All right, cool. You deserve an average girl." "All right." Go to the store. You see this woman. She works at McDonald's. Let's say he's a year older than her, so he's 25. She's 24. Normally, that should be his league, right? That should be his league. She works at an average job. She's okay. She's good looking, but she doesn't like without the makeup. She goes from a good 6 to about a 4. But that's neither here nor there. Would we then tell him, since you got a date in your league, you got to go for the girl at McDonald's, right? Okay. The girl at McDonald's tells him no. Why? Because he doesn't make $100,000. So when are we going to tell those girls that you really don't have the benefit of dating $100,000 because you don't even look good enough to date $100,000? Oh, well, you're trying to hurt my feelings. No, but we're telling you the truth. And I mean this from women, not from men, because men will tell her no problem. But I'm talking about from women, because women are always the ones telling guys date in your league. And it's like, I don't understand how y'all keep saying date in the league when y'all the ones who have to accept the date anyway. So if Hitomi wants to date Eddie, then that's not, oh, well, Eddie can't date in this league. It's like, no, she wants to date him, she can date him. Y'all are the ones that pick. We need y'all to say yes to take y'all on a date. But you never tell women to date in their league. And then you got all these single women out here, well, where are all the good men at? Well, maybe you're not dating in your league. Oh, but I make $20,000. That's not your league. You look like a frog. So I say I'm supposed to lower my standards? No, we're not telling you to lower your standards. We're saying being realistic in dating your league. Just like we keep telling men, right? Dating your league. On a Richter scale, you're kind of heavy, which means you're going to have to find a dude that's okay with heavy girls. On a look scale, you're closer to a 4 than you are a 6. So that means you have to date a dude that is an average looking dude. You're not going to get Denzel Washington. You're not going to get Michael B. Jordan. You damn sure ain't going to get Shamar Moore. So, with that being said, just go out there, find yourself an average looking dude. You don't have to date a broke dude. You don't have to date the corner boy. Go on to Target, go on to Walmart, find a stock bull, see if he's single, tell him to take you out on a date. They don't want to do that though, and they don't want to tell women that for some reason. And I don't understand it, because that's their league. They say it's an insult when it comes from men, so I'm like, so why don't women tell them that? Because the thing is, you don't need to tell a man to date in his league. We tell men that all the time. Because we tell men, you gotta get your money up if you want to date a better woman. You gotta get your looks up if you want to date a better woman. You gotta get your game up if you want to date a better woman. You want access to better women, you have to put yourself in a better position. And if the bummy dude is sleeping with like a Marilyn Monroe, we're not gonna tell him, oh, you can't do that. That's not your league. No. We're gonna say, good job. You ain't gonna be able to replicate that, but good job. You got lucky. We're proud of you. You brought one on for the team. But you're not going to be able to replicate that. Let's just be serious here. That girl's probably really into you, and you should treat her good. That's what we would tell him. We wouldn't tell him, oh yeah, man, just do her dirty and go get the next Marilyn Monroe. Because that ain't going to happen. Especially if he's broke, if he don't look good. No, we're not going to tell him that. We're not going to put him in a league we know he's not. That, especially if that's somebody we actually care about, like as a friend or a compadre. So it's like, no, I'm not going to tell my compadre if he got to mess with a Marilyn Monroe type that he can replicate that. Like, dude, let's look at all the girls in the past. None. You haven't been able to mess with any that look like that. now that you've got a girl that looks that good, she probably maybe genuinely into you. If she is, keep her.
Because then that goes to the whole, you've been the same person with all the other chicks, and they weren't at her level.
Yeah.
And you're with her at her level, and look at that. So this is a, chance in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Because it'd be different if, like you were saying, if you were consistent with being able to pull Marilyn Monroe type ladies, then this would be nothing.
It would be nothing to you.
Because it's the whole, what you can pull and less. But if all you can pull is from the bottom, yes, it is rare that you pull from the top. So if you pull from the top, that is a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
So count your blessings. Don't act like, oh, this is always my status. Because ladies do this a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, I F Drake, or I
F Soldier Boy.
Or I got some blue check marks and some celebrities in my DMs. Like, yeah, you got a fat ass. That's why. It ain't your personality. It ain't your lifestyle. It ain't your back.
And it ain't your league.
It ain't your league.
It ain't your league.
They're fucking from their league down.
Yeah.
Right? They're not fucking up. You're not above them.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, look at me. I'm above Drake, and he, likes me. No.
Mm-hmm.
He's above you. So he's fucking down. So understand that is like I was just saying, that is a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Consider it a blessing. Make the most of it. If you can turn, you being associated with Drake, and you can turn that into level yourself up. That's one thing. A lot of your ladies don't. A lot of your ladies stay at the same level you're at, mess with, guys that are higher level than you, and then just walk around at the level you're at like you some big shit. It's like working at McDonald's and a celebrity walks in, y'all flirt for a bit, and then now you think you're big shit, and now you walk every day you're in McDonald's like, oh, I was talking to Drake, or I was talking to Jay-Z or something, or something famous. Like, okay.
And that's the thing. Like, I like to. That's why I always say, you'll know it's your league when you're able to replicate it and keep doing it. You know that's not your league when you're not able to replicate it. Because even me, with the experiences that I've had, like, if my roster of women that I've messed with ever got out there, people would just be like, "But damn, nigga, you was all over the place. You had pretty girls, you had average-looking girls, you had ugly girls, you had Jones you never even touched twice. You had some okay-looking girls." So it's like, it's funny, like, especially when Mondo was like, "Oh, you don't get no bitches." It's like, you don't know what I get. I'm not out here flaunting them and doing all this extra stuff because I like to deal with women who ain't for everybody. Y'all don't mind messing with a chick that's for everybody. I like dealing with women who ain't for everybody. And if I am dealing with a chick who I feel like might be for everybody, you still ain't gonna find her because she might be for everybody, but she ain't for you. And that'll always be my thing. I like chicks that don't want to be for everybody.
In fact, that's 90% of dudes.
Yeah.
We want things for ourselves. We want things to be exclusive. We are territorial in that nature. And
that's why I always say, it's not the number of bodies you have, it's who.
Yeah, definitely. It's about quality over quantity.
Yeah, for me it's quality over quantity.
Because, because with quantity, everything gets diluted.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, if you have too many, it's one thing. Like, it'll probably show in your personality. But if you have an average number, and that average number is, okay, cool. Who is it? What? Oh, it's all my football team members. Yeah, no, you're disqualified. Yeah, no, you're disqualified. Oh, but I thought you said no more than 30. Yeah, but that's only 11. That's still 11 people I know. That's 11 people I know. Out of the 11 people on this planet,
there's
you messed with 11 people I know.
There's a lot of people. You could have messed with one or two people in this city.
Yeah.
A city of 50,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
But it was 11 people, and they just so happened to be in the same neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Or in my friends group. Or in my family. You see how it's getting worse and worse? The closer those numbers get to me, the worse it is.
Yep.
The idea is to spread it out. Girl, why ain't you,
Imagine.
Oh, 2 guys in Dubai. Yeah, I would never be there. Or by the time I'm there, they're not there. They're probably somewhere else, so I would never meet them, so I'm good.
Yeah.
But no, not if they're my roommate.
Yeah, like
Not if they're my brother,
What?
father. Like what?
can you imagine at the wedding? You stand there, all your groomsmen looking, and they're all smiling. You like, yeah, but they're all smiling because they all had a piece of that before you did.
And they're literally in the order in which they hit.
Yeah, like they all
So it's
stood.
like,
no-
they stood in like.
And you're standing
really,
there like,
that's
why y'all
wrong that
standing
y'all
like
stood
that?
in the exact order that y'all took out turn.
Like
That's
it-
bullshit.
it-
And then you're
it's
on
not-
her
it's-
side
It's
of-
it's not size
Size
order.
order.
So it's not size order. So you're looking at them like, why are y'all standing weird like that?
Yeah.
Why y'all in this order? Oh, nothing. Then they all laugh because they're all in on the joke that they all got a piece of your girl. Yeah, that's why I said for me it's always who you hit. For me, no, I can't do that. Because and that's why I live by the rule that they always say on TV, and I've always respected it. I've always been for that rule that it don't matter if your friend breaks up with his girl. That's not you don't go there. Because what if your friend want to go back? You know, you respect that.
And there's feelings there.
Yeah,
And it might
there's
take a
feelings
year or
there.
two.
Yeah, you don't know what
it's
the
it's too many.
yeah, you don't know what their relationship was. Don't even try it. I see people try to say, oh, but you know, what if the person's for you? Da, da, da. Or you hear a girl say, I wish I'd have met the friend first, instead of third, and it's like, I understand that we don't have ownership over people. It's not that, but we are all human, and we all have to just see how would we feel if it was to happen to us. If we don't like it, we shouldn't perpetuate it. I wouldn't like it if all my close friends just started dating all my exes and then start coming around. Hey, want to play cards? Yeah, we sit there playing cards and my girl's rubbing on her and I'm like, why is my ex rubbing on me? Oh, we're together now. Okay, so why the hell are you over here then? Well, I want to hang out, so you brought my ex.
Knowing that there's a history in this, man. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
knowing that there's history. Okay, wait right there.
And what if the relationship?
Where you going? I'm going to your mom's house. You asshole!
Because the thing is that there's factors like,
Yeah,
what if the reason is because she's crazy?
yeah,
What if she's a psycho? What if
Yeah.
she has chlamydia? Like, you don't know the circumstances half the time. Half the time, y'all don't know why the relationship didn't work out.
yeah. Because what if she did me dirty?
Because sometimes there's some scenarios that the reason why you're not with a chick is because one of your homeboys let you know, yo, she's doing you dirty. He had your back to let you know that she's doing you wrong. But then it would be wrong for him to mess with the chick that he warned you about. Like, wait, you just told me that she was cheating on me, and that was factual. You have the evidence, and now you're trying to mess with her. So you're trying to mess with a cheater that was cheating on me. So she was doing me dirty, and then now you want to be with the chick that was doing me dirty. You do realize she's the ops now, and now you're messing with the ops. What? And so the optics matter. So yeah, there's a lot of factors. That's what's extra crazy, right? Is weird scenarios where it's like, wait a minute, you like white women, and she's black. My ex is black, but you like white women. Why are you hollering at my black ex-girlfriend?
Yeah,
That's very sus, right?
yeah.
It's like, yeah, I didn't know you wouldn't mind messing with a black woman as long as she's one of my exes. Sus. Because shit, you like black girls, we could have been out here. Like black girl, I could have invited you to some cookouts and stuff, and we could have been wingmans, but
You decided to date my ex.
yeah. So again, it's not about what you like, and there's like, because when I think about the whole cheating thing, it's like I notice a lot of times on the podcast and on the websites, on the internet, you see when ladies complain about guys cheating, the real complaint isn't that he had sex. Sex is a little irrelevant. It was the fact that they didn't know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the thing they hate the most, if they didn't know. Because after they're asked about the cheating, they're asked like, well, if he was upfront with you wanting to be with other women, would you share him? And they'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't care about the sex. If you think about it, like,
Yeah.
it's not him having sex with other women that's the problem. It's the fact that you didn't know because he was hiding it from you.
Yeah.
So then it's more of a trust thing.
Yeah.
So if she knows that you are having sex with other women, she's more likely not going to have a problem with it, and then it's not that big of a deal because she's involved.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And you always mentioned this idea of like, she just don't want to get embarrassed. And it's like, that's
Yep.
true, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. She doesn't want to get embarrassed. Like for example, if I'm messing with a chick and then she had a guy in the friend zone, right, and she using him for money, blah blah blah, right, but she don't give him no ass, so it's like, oh, it's kind of wrong that you're using them as foodie dates and this, that, and the third, but at least I know, right? You put me in the know, at least I know, and it's like I know the situation, I know you ain't giving them none, so it's like I could overlook this. But if it's somebody that I know personally, if the dude is somebody I know personally, then I'd be like, no, that's just wrong, because I know the person. If I don't know the person, it's less of a problem for me. But it's just the idea of like, you want to know, just like the body count thing. Like you want to know what the body count. You want to know how close the body count is.
Yeah.
Is your body count consistent of people around me?
Yeah.
Because especially if I feel that anybody in that capacity, if I feel that they're ops, well, I need to know who my ops are then.
Yeah.
I need to know who my competition is. That's why it's like inherently, we already know if a chick has 3 kids, that's 3 bodies, that's 3 baby daddies.
Yep.
So I already know. And if the kids look anything like their fathers, I already know what they look like. So if I see a guy that looks like your middle child, that's the middle child's baby daddy. I know who he is, And so there's certain things that if you pay attention, gives you clues. Because we play card games, plus we dabble in other activities, but card games is one of the things we dabble in, and we understand the idea of tells and body language and what they call it. When we got knowledge of what's in their hand or in the graveyard, and that bit of information, like what do you search for reinforcement of the army? Oh, exile force. Now I know. No one's half the battle. And then you add that information. Those small little details do add up, and we take them into account. So that's why it's just like the whole, like, oh, I mess with this chick and then now I don't mess with her no more. There's a reason. There's reasons for it. Now, if you come to me about it and whatnot, that's one thing. We can talk it out. Especially if I don't care. It's like, I don't care. She was just a hit and quit it scenario, and I was like, go ahead, shoot your shot. You've probably been in this scenario before. I know I have been. Because a lot of times, a hot chick is a hot chick, right?
Yeah.
So she's going to be objectively hot, not subjectively, objectively hot. So it's like, she's a hot, popular cheerleader in high school. Me and my friends, we all like her. I want to shoot my shot, but he wants to shoot a shot. So it's like, okay, let's see, who has a better shot at her? All right. Well, you're in better shape than me, so you shoot your shot. You go first. If she rejects you, then I don't have a shot. But if you, if she gives you a shot, then that's good. And we have similar personalities. The only difference is we don't have similar looks, but we have similar personalities. So, I can learn from you interacting with her, and I can learn from the situation, and get my own my own chick that's like her, or maybe I can get a shot. Especially if it was just purely physical attraction. So it's like, okay, you really wasn't going to be a long-term boyfriend. Y'all dated for like a week and then that's it. All right, my turn. That kind of situation. So sometimes that plays out that way. Then there's a scenario where a chick gives you attention, but she also gives another guy attention, especially if that guy is your friend. So it's like, okay, she flirted with both of us. And we both like her, so how are we going to do this? And sometimes there's certain things you do, like for example, the friend says like, oh, let's just be friends. Let's just hang out and see what happens, and let her pick, right? Let her decide. So we will both, try to impress her and see what happens. See who she picks. Of course, we have rules, right? It's okay to make yourself look good, but not at the expense of the other person. So don't try to make me look bad just to make yourself look good. Right? So there are rules. Rules of engagement, as they say. So there's rules. And I think we guys, we have rules. So we have rules when it comes to talking to ladies and dating and friendship and enemies. But there's certain things that we could disagree and dislike somebody and be like, oh yeah, that person is one of my enemies. But if they're in a situation where it's like really messed up, like they're about to get jumped, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, he deserves to get jumped. No, that's too extreme. That's too extreme. I might disagree with that person, I might dislike that person, but they're still a person, still a human being, and this situation will be an extreme situation. But that is the world we live in. Just like we always mention the idea of like guys out here, trying to have sex with multiple women. It's one thing if you're good with talking to women and you can get a woman to be interested in you, good. And hopefully your goal is to have them at least for a long-term relationship. Because if you want a lot of sex, you can get a lot of sex from one woman. You don't have to try to get sex from every woman that you see, because you're just being greedy. And then it's the fact that you are messing with somebody else. You're messing with somebody that you have, well, one, since you have no intention of staying with them, you're messing with somebody that will eventually end up with somebody else, and you're ruining them for somebody else. You're probably ruining them mentally, you're probably ruining them physically, right? Because you're adding to their body count, among other factors. Socially, you're ruining it, because if it gets out that you mess with that person, it could socially be a problem, especially if you're not that good of a dude. Mm-hmm. So now you're making her look bad by association. This is why we tell ladies that y'all need to be careful who y'all mess with. That's why I give the advice of find a guy that you find really attractive, you have no problem having sex with, and unless y'all trying to be in a relationship, he could be your fuck buddy, right? The guy that whenever you need dick, you can go get some from him. Especially if he's really, good at it, right? Mm-hmm. You don't need to fuck every guy you meet. Because a lot of the complaints a lot of ladies I see have is the idea of, oh, I mess with this guy, this guy, and I have sex with all of them, and I regret most of the guys I have sex with, and then my values decrease because there's guys out here complaining about my body count, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah. So that's why you should have had just one body. Even if he fucked you 3,000 times, it still was one body. That's the funny thing, it still counts as one body. Even though he was beating, he was pounding the shit out of that for months and years, still one body. That's the funny thing, it still counts just as one body. But y'all ladies just keep bouncing from one guy to the next, to the next, to the next. You're increasing the chances of getting something. You are, by increasing your body count, you're socially decreasing your attractiveness. Your social credit, as it were, social credit score goes down, because it's like, well, I don't want to be with a chick that's been with a whole bunch of guys. I don't find that attractive. To each their own, right? That's why some guys, ironically, most of their numbers are not exaggerated. It's not like, oh, she has to have a body count of 0. There's some idiots who say that, yeah, but they're idiots. They don't count. The majority of dudes be like, oh, all right, 10 or less, 5 or less. Like, some dudes will be like 20 or less. So some guys are reasonable. And sometimes it depends on the age. If you're 30, okay, your body count can be, up to 30 or 20, 30 or less. If it's 60 plus, it's like, okay. So that's the thing. It's like, if your body count is higher than your age, that's a problem. If your body count is lower than your age, then it's less of a problem. So that's a good measure. So if a chick is like, oh, I'm 30, all right, what's your body count? 90. Okay, bye. Or even 34, like, that's a lot. But, but you can equate it to, oh, that's just one body a year. Okay. Not really. It's less than that, but it's like technically from the age of 18 to 30, that's 12 years. So that's It's a little bit like 3 bodies a year, so that's 1 body every 4 months, you know. But be careful out here.